Good evening, and welcome to Kamen Riderpiece Theater. This is Alistair Dayhawk. Tonight, I am giving you my review of Kamen Rider Geats, Episode 4. Neon has a new lease on life, while one rider gets eliminated. And for those who already seen the episode, already knows who it is. But just thinking back, it sucks that he is gone because he is a wild card, and I feel that without the rule of not harming the other riders, he would have been like one of the worst members to have around, because you never know if he's gonna stab you in the back. But luckily that safeguard is on and he is restricted, but it doesn't matter because he is eliminated. But for those who haven't seen the episode, I suggest to go watch it first before listening into my review. So the episode begins with Kiwa doing his Kiwa Chronicles, and the reason why he's doing this is in case he gets eliminated, these videos will somehow be sent to his sister. I don't think it's gonna happen if he were to get eliminated, because Tsumuri will delete them, I guess, because remember, the citizens who were not chosen to participate in the tournament are not allowed to they're not allowed to know what's going on at all. So to me, it's just a lost cause. But anyways, he is doing his video recordings while Neon receives a phone call from her crazy mom, wondering where the hell she is. Obviously, Neon cannot disclose where she's at because for obvious reasons. And then all of a sudden she faints after the phone call, not during the phone call. Kiwa runs out, tends to her. Then all of a sudden the sheep man appears and tries to take her somewhere. And he takes her to this secluded area where you see Buffa tying Monokuma up while Ace is looking on. And I find it strange because this scene, I thought Neon was going to get tied up, but she was nearly killed by Buffa. But luckily, thanks to Kiwa and also Ace's telling Buffa that she is not infected yet, like she's not a zombie yet, so there's still a chance for her to be saved. And Buffa's like, I was joking. You need to chill out, Kiwa. And he ends up leaving. All the while, poor Neon, she has given up. She is saying her last, goodbyes, I guess. And she states the irony, because for a long time, she was trying to escape her mom and the Men in Black for some time now. And she wanted to just escape from that world. She doesn't want to come back home. But now that she is infected, fearing that she's going to turn into a zombie and get killed off, she's like, I want to come back home. And it's sad because, when you're in that position, you think that there's no cure, the end is near, that's it, you're done. It's like your life is flashing before your eyes. And then we go to the lounge Which, again, what's the point of taking Neon and not get it tied up? And then you have her in this scene at the lounge, and she's hanging out with the uninfected. Like, if she's infected and she can turn into a zombie at any time, why isn't she quarantined? Why is the other riders letting her be around them? That's something to think about. So they're back at the lounge. Kiwa is still tied up. No one likes not Kiwa. Monokuma is tied up. No one likes him. And Kiwa, he is angry at the fact that people are losing their lives for the sake of a wish. And the writers pretty much confirmed, like, yeah, we're willing to risk our own lives for this one chance to change our lives. They know the risk, and they went through it anyway. And Ace, with his typical speeches, and I quote, in this game, your wishes only be granted if you work for it. Thanks to us, the world is safe. No matter how bad it gets, the world will get another chance. Some will not make it, but you still must fight. It's for their sake too. But that speech didn't work on Kiwa. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna accept this. So that speech didn't work. Meanwhile, Neon returns to the real world, gets cornered by the men in black. Neon's like, wait a minute, I haven't been streaming. And she checks. Well, before that, she checks and her videos are disabled or deleted. The men in black showed up, and Neon discovers that her stuff is bugged. So she returns home only to be welcomed by a slap. And we get, a reason why her mom is acting the way she is because Neon, as a little girl, she was kidnapped, held at ransom, and that kind of traumatized her mom. At the same time, too, she wants her daughter to give up on her own dreams and become the heir to the family, be next in line to get to own the company, the business. And Neon does not want that. She doesn't want that at all. And she tells her mom that she's not a doll. And strangely enough, in the scene, you see her mom's collection of dolls. So Neon tries to leave. The mom stops her, asks her to not go. Please stay by my side. I will give you everything. Just ask. Then in the next scene, she gets kicked out. You see her stuff getting thrown outside the gates, and Neon is gone from the house. She gets greeted by Kiwa and Ace, and they have this talk. And of course, Neon was like, why in the hell are you following me? Why are you guys here? I told you to leave me alone. And Ace, typical Ace, well, you're infected, you can turn to a zombie, and you're worth a lot of points, so I'm keeping my eye on you. And Neon was like, yeah, you're such an a-hole. And so so Neon has final words again. She is accepting her fate, and Ace is asking her, are you giving up? You know, like, are you sure it's what you want? And we get this, well, before that, um, we go to the next scene where the third and final wave is starting. Only 5 riders are fighting. Neon is nowhere to be found. And the riders were doing well. And I remember, like, something surprised Ace, and you see Buffa with the Magnum booster core. And Ace asked, like, how did you get your hands on that? And Buffa's like, I don't know. I just got it. Obviously, it didn't belong to him. It belonged to Monokuma. But there is something amiss. And heading deeper into the scene, Sheepman gets attacked by Monokuma, bites him. And it's revealed that he and Buffa made this deal. So the deal was, and there was a flashback. Monokuma was talking to Buffa, and he said that, look, I don't think I'm gonna survive this, but I'm gonna take everybody down with me. I'm willing to exchange this booster core in exchange for my freedom, because I think he knew he was gonna get tied up somewhere. So in the scene, in the beginning of the scene, you see Buffa tying, Monokuma to a chair, but not completely. Those ropes were loose. And yeah, that's how Buffa got his hands on the Magnum booster. And Monokuma's like, look, you're all gonna die. I'm gonna take you down with me. And he's acting crazy. And then Neon just comes in running. She has a new lease on life, and she starts playing the game. And we get to two flashbacks. One is Ace is still talking after he asked her, are you gonna give up? And he says that there's still a chance for you to get cured. If you were to survive the match without turning into a zombie, you will get cured. We don't know for sure if it's gonna work, but that's the only shot you have. Plus, Neon indeed asked for true love. I thought that it was all a lie, because due to what I read on social media about her character, that she wishes to have a normal life, I mean, I was shocked, because I assumed that she wrote, I want to have a normal life. No, Neon, what she said was true. She wrote down on that card, she wants true love. And so you see her running, she transforms, and she immediately, destroys zombies left and right, while Monokuma's like, why are you resisting? I mean, you're gonna be infected, turn into a zombie, just give up. And Neon was like, I'm not gonna listen to you, I'm gonna fight. And she ends up fighting left and right. She uses the booster core given to her by Kiwa, and you see her fighting. Let's see what else. And thanks to Ace, you see Ace using an ability, grabs you multiple zombie Squidwards, and you see Neon destroying them. And apparently those were the last zombie Squidwards, because once she destroys them all, the match was over. Round 2 is over. And Tsumuri appears to announce the winners. Well, the winner of the match. Of course, it was Ace because he was number one. But the rider in last place was Monokuma. And Tsumuri turns around and tells Monokuma that you had a shot of getting cured and surviving this round, but you gave up. You gave up on life. Because remember in the flashback, he said he thought that he was gonna die, so he figured, I'm gonna take like any rider down with me, because he just assumed that he was not gonna make it. But I mean, he didn't make it. He just gave up. You see him biting people. and Monokuma was like, well, he gave his last words, which, to summarize, he just openly went crazy. Like, he is reminding every rider that, hey, you know, you're not going to survive this. Only one rider will remain standing, and I will wait for you in hell somewhere, and just, you know, I'm waiting, like, I'll wait you in hell. Just to sum it all up. And he ends up laughing hysterically like a crazy man, and he disappears. However, I've noticed that once he disappeared, his ID core disappears. It doesn't get destroyed. So he is sent somewhere, along with Mr. Tari. Yeah, I mispronounced. I butchered his last name. But he's somewhere in the Yamato realm. And Tsumuri mentioned that he lost his qualifications. And Kiwa was asking her, like, what do you mean by rider qualifications? She just turns around and said, oh, well, thank you, everyone. You know, you survived round 2. You can return home now until we call upon you, and for round 3. Good job, everybody. She ends up leaving, and just like, more questions, guys, more questions. Neon returns home. Only this time, she returns home. Her mom is angry, was about to slap her. Only this time, Neon catches her arm and tells her to her face that I will leave this house. I will not give up until I do. Mark my words. And she leaves. Talk about a major character development right there. And then the last scene, you see maybe the leader of the Yamamoto, the Squidward monsters, and you see him looking at screenshots of Buffa and Ace, saying that their battle is near. And that's it. That's the end of the episode, guys. This episode, I mean, it was pretty good, even with the, you know, this like weird, like common sense was thrown out the door, because like I mentioned earlier, Neon is infected, also Monokuma, yet Monokuma was quote unquote tied to a chair, while Neon is allowed to roam free, to hang out with other people, knowing that she could possibly turn. To me, that was weird. I don't know what you think about that, but to me that was kind of weird. Also, that weird, like, you know, exchange with, you know, Buffa trying to kill Neon, and the whole, oh, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna kill her yet, and him leaving. Yeah, aside from those two scenes, it was pretty good. A lot of life lessons in this episode. Um, I really am enjoying Neon. I like Kiwa. Ace is, I mean, he's not my favorite character due to his interaction with Kiwa in the second episode. Yeah, in the second episode, how his dream was like his wish is to help the world's kids, but it was all a lie just to get the booster core thing. It's just like, yeah, Ace. Nope. He's gonna win me. He may win me over eventually, but for right now, Kiwa and Neon has won me over. It's too bad that Monokuma is not among the rest of the writers, because let's face it, Monokuma, he would have been a wild card, because can you imagine without that rule of not harming other writers? Can you imagine that was gone? Monokuma would have just easily, backstabbed writers left and right. But of course, the writers know what kind of person he is, so they will never be in alliance with him, but they will have to have eyes on the back of their heads. He would have been a great threat, but now the threat is gone. However, we haven't seen the actors who are already eliminated receive their thank you flowers. So they will return later in the season, I believe. We don't know how yet, but they will return. Because like I mentioned before, in Kamen Rider, you don't stay dead for long. Especially when you're playing a character that people deem you very good as, like a Evolt or more recently Kagero. Kagero became one of those popular characters, and I'm sure somehow, some way, those writers who are eliminated will come back. Other than that, I mean, that's it. I mean, I feel bad for Neon, having a crazy mom. And just, I understand now why she wants to leave that world. The thing that I don't get, though, why did she wrote like she wants to find true love instead of I just want to live a normal life? True love, I wonder. Because already, I mean, they're already assuming, they're planting seeds already that in our heads that maybe Neon and Kiwa will end up together. There's already seeds planted on that. Do I want that to happen? Not really. I don't want to see that. But we'll see how it will go along. It's already episode 4, and already the show is pretty good. Can't wait for episode 5. And I wonder, the number one question is, are they gonna have like any writers left until Christmas? And for those who are asking why Christmas, just look up the writer. You will understand why. Other than that, I think that is it, guys. If you've seen the episode, what do you guys think of it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? And if you dislike it, what would you change? Did you agree to the writer's decision of eliminating Monokuma so quickly? Do you think that he would have? You would think that he would have been better off if he stayed in the tournament a bit longer to see how he's gonna be more like just more chaotic in that group? What do you guys think? To me, it's too soon to eliminate him. It's too soon, but he will come back. Just like the other riders, he will come back. Other than that, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this video, please give a like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, thank you so much for listening to me this far. And let's watch, this season together. Let's move on to episode 5. All right? Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you all on the other side of oblivion. Also, I forgot to mention, I will leave you with this. What does it mean by losing your rider qualifications? What does that mean? Does it mean that you'll never become a rider again for the new tournament? What does that mean? I wonder. There's questions about that. Because remember, if a rider gets killed in the tournament, they can never be resurrected. Yet, Tsumuri said, she mentioned that Monokuma lost her rider qualifications. So does it mean that if he comes back in the next world, he will no longer participate in the tournament and no longer be a Kamen Rider? That's something to think about. But in any case, I'll leave you with that. Thank you guys. I'll see you all on the other side of oblivion. Johnny!